in the heart of a vibrant and colorful village, nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, lived a little boy named Sesame. Sesame wasn't your ordinary boy. His spirit was as bright and curious as the morning sun, always eager to explore the world beyond his village walls. He had a thirst for adventure that burned within him like a flickering flame, waiting for the right wind to fan it into a roaring fire. One day, as summer painted the world in hues of gold and green, Sesame decided he was no longer content with the boundaries of his everyday life. He wanted to venture into the great, whispering forest that lay just beyond the village, a place where sunlight dripped through the leaves in golden threads and secrets danced on the wind. But he wasn't alone in his longing for adventure. He had two dear friends who shared his thirst for exploration. One was Hoot, a wise and gentle great-horned owl, whose feathers were the color of moonlight and wisdom, and the other was Rusty, a brave, quick-witted fox, whose fur was the shade of autumn leaves and courage. Together, they were an inseparable trio, united by their insatiable curiosity and their unwavering bond of friendship. One particularly sunny morning, as the birds sang their joyful songs and butterflies fluttered among the wildflowers, the three friends gathered at the edge of the village, ready to embark on their first great adventure. Before they ventured into the unknown, Sesame pulled out a faded, mysterious map that he had found tucked away in his grandfather's old chest. The map was like a secret language, filled with cryptic symbols and winding lines that promised to lead them to a place of wonder and intrigue. In the center of the map, a giant X marked a spot deep within the forest, leading to a place known as the Sunken City of Whispers. Legend said that this city held a secret so powerful it could bring joy to the whole world. With the map in hand, our intrepid adventurers turned toward the great forest, excited to unravel the mysteries that lay before them. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the tall, ancient trees with their gnarled branches seemed to form a protective canopy overhead, watching over them with silent solemnity. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating dancing patterns on the forest floor, turning their path into a magical, ever-changing spectacle. Guiding their way through the thickest parts of the woods was Hoot, whose keen eyesight could pierce the densest foliage with ease. His sharp gaze scanned the horizon, leading them around treacherous spots and towards hidden pathways that only the forest itself seemed to know. When the trees grew too thick and the path became unclear, Rusty, with his keen sense of smell, took over as the guide. His sensitive nose twitched and turned, sniffing out hidden trails and avoiding potential danger. With each step, they relied on the unique abilities of their little owl and fox friend, their combined strengths making them an unstoppable team. Their journey was not without its challenges. They had to cross a river that shimmered like a ribbon of silver, its surface reflecting the sky above. The current was strong and the banks were slippery, making the crossing a daunting task. But Rusty, ever the clever one, used his wits to find a solution. He discovered a series of stepping stones that appeared and disappeared with the flow of the water, creating a natural bridge across the stream. Carefully, one by one, Sesame, holding on to Hoot, hopped from one stone to another, trusting his friends to be there for him every step of the way. This journey across the river was a true test of their trust and teamwork, forging their bond of friendship even stronger. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew thicker and the air grew still, the sounds of the outside world fading into a hushed whisper. The path beneath their feet became overgrown and difficult to follow, and the friends had to rely on their instincts to guide them. Just when the going was at its toughest, they heard a sound that made their hearts leap. It was the sweet melody of birdsong, clear and sweet, echoing through the silent woods. Recognizing the birdsong as a sign of hope and guidance, they followed the music, pushing through the thick undergrowth until the trees began to part before them, and there before them lay a clearing bathed in a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent oak tree, its branches reaching up to the sky like gnarled fingers. And nestled at the base of the tree was a cozy cottage with smoke curling from its chimney, promising warmth and welcome. The sight of the cottage brought a surge of relief and joy to the adventurers, knowing that they had found a place of safety and perhaps even a friendly face. With renewed energy, they approached the cottage, eager to rest and share stories of their journey so far. But their moment of respite was not meant to last forever, for as they drew closer to the cottage, they sensed a strange and unsettling presence. The air grew heavy, and the playful whispers of the wind seemed to turn into menacing growls. From the corner of his eye, Sesame thought he saw a flash of movement in the shadows, and a feeling of unease settled over him. Suddenly, a cackle, shrill and cruel, echoed from the depths of the forest, sending a shiver down their spines. The adventurers, their senses on high alert, exchanged nervous glances. Whatever lurked in the shadows seemed to be watching them, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As they cautiously approached the cottage, the sense of impending danger grew, turning what should have been a moment of safety into a heart-pounding test of courage and resilience. They had stumbled upon something dark and sinister in this idyllic clearing, and their adventure was about to take a perilous turn. And so their journey continued, filled with both wonder and peril. As they navigated the treacherous paths of the whispering woods, and faced the chilling reality that sometimes darkness lurks where one least expects it. The forest was no longer just a place of adventure. It was a battleground between courage and fear, between light and shadow, and only time would tell which would prevail.